On the Feast of First Fruits, Jesus resurrected. So that would have been during the barley harvest season, which I've assigned with the Old Testament saints, and that's March to April. That's when Jesus resurrected, and he fulfilled the Feast of First Fruits. He was the first fruits of those who sleep. The Feast of First Fruits is celebrated at the beginning of the harvest season, during the barley harvest. The priest is to wave a sheaf of barley to thank God for the abundant harvest that was about to be had. Jesus not only fulfilled this harvest, but at his resurrection, some Old Testament saints were also resurrected with him. And I believe he, as our high priest, took those resurrected Old Testament saints to the Father in heaven and waved them before him as the first fruits of the barley harvest, and to thank him for the coming abundant harvest of the remaining barley and wheat. Okay, so it's a lot to take in. A lot of people kind of skip over what Matthew says about the random resurrection of the Old Testament saints at the time of Jesus' resurrection. Like, these people came out of their graves and walked around in the city appearing to people who knew very well that they were dead. And so they were like, bruh, whoa, you were dead, uncle. What are you doing here? And so that would have tripped me out. Can you imagine, like, freaking grandpa coming up out of the grave and, like, you're just mowing the lawn and you see him walking down the road? Wild. And so this is the verse where it says it, Matthew 27:52 through 53. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose, and came out of the graves after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. And the Bible doesn't say what happened to them after that. But we know they're not still alive and just wandering around. And I don't believe they would have died again, because when you're resurrected, as Jesus was, you're given a new body. And so my view of this is Jesus took them to the Father as a first fruits of the resurrection, and I believe they're still up there in heaven with the Father and Jesus. And I wasn't planning on including this, but I believe that they are the 24 elders in Revelation that have already, they're on their thrones and they've received their crowns. And yeah, because once you're resurrected and you go up there, like, you receive your reward. So they are up there, and I believe that's who John saw up there in Revelation as the 24 elders. I do not believe the 24 elders represents the millions, possibly billions in the church. That to me is just ridiculous.